but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And the same thing goes for your post. You miss 100% of the potential clients if you don't post the fucking post. You're listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, a business and mindset coach who specializes in imposter syndrome. If you feel like you're not as smart, capable, or worthy as you actually are, and that someone is going to find you out, then you've come to the right place. I went from being a struggling government worker, working my coaching business on the side, but feeling unworthy and burnt out, to making multiple six figures helping women overcome imposter syndrome so they too can sign clients, make bank, and have the business or career of their dreams. I am nothing special. I have a stuttering disability, ADHD, and I struggle with anxiety and depression. So if I can learn how to feel good enough and overcome my inner imposter, then so can you. Let's dig in. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, also known as your Coach Jill on Instagram, TikTok, and my new obsession, Threads. My mentor actually said that she didn't love Threads, but I personally am obsessed with it because it's just like Twitter. You can literally just like brain dump all of your thoughts. I just go buck wild over there because of the ADHD. And I think I literally went from 600 or something in December to almost 1,300 now at the time of this recording, which is super fucking cool. So anyways, come find me on Instagram and TikTok and Threads at your Coach Jill. And today I'm going to share with you how I unblock myself creatively so I can get back into the swing of things of creating and posting and all that jazz. But truthfully, my love, I want you to take this with a grain of salt because it is unfucking natural for us to be creative all of the time. The fact that we have to show up and create every day for our business and we have to think about selling our offers too, like it is a lot of freaking work. And it is just not the norm for us to be creative 24/7. It's not how we were built. It's not how we are meant to be. So if you're going through a creative slump, that is normal and okay. And maybe it's a certain time in your cycle if you're somebody that gets your period. I know that for me, like when I'm in my luteal phase, I am like so bloated. I don't have any ideas. I just feel so creativeless, like just not creative at all. And I have learned, okay, at this time in my cycle, I'm going to repurpose. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to make it mean anything, right? That's what we take away from this podcast. We don't make shit mean something that it's not. We don't create stories out of our emotions. However, I do have some ways that I myself get out of a creative slump. And I'm often asked how I produce so much. Like, I always have something to say. You should definitely ask my family about that one because your girl hasn't shut the fuck up since 1992. Yes, the year of my birth. So maybe not my birth, but you get the point. I don't shut up. But in reality, it's not that I have a million and one things to say every day. It's just that I have no qualms about being repetitive. And this is something a lot of you are dropping the ball on, and it's making the gap between you and your next client larger and larger. Marketing as a coach or as an online service provider is a repetition game. Why? Because brand recognition and familiarity is what's going to be important in the long run. People are going to buy from you without knowing you for a million years, of course, but there are also going to be so many clients who have had you on their radar or have been watching you for a while, and that alone is going to sell them. Like, I signed with my now mentor, and I have seen her in the online space and hadn't bought a single thing from her for like 3 to 4 years until I finally decided to work with her, and I invested at the mastermind level. So I didn't purchase like a $200 course. I was ready to go, and one of the biggest reasons why was because I had seen her in the space for years, right? For years. And when you're all over the place with your messaging, you miss the opportunity for that familiarity to set in with your ideal clients. So a block to your creativity might be that you're trying to recreate the damn wheel every single day. You're looking at your stories from yesterday and you're like, ugh, I can't say that again. I said that yesterday. Or I can't post that I'm at the gym again. I posted that yesterday. But as pack-centered individuals, we crave belonging and familiarity and understanding. And this is also brand recognition. When I learned how not to give in to my ADHD brain that wants novelty and newness all the friggin' time, Creating content became a lot easier and took up way less mental space. I'll post the same slides for my offers, or I'll take a topic or piece of my messaging and make a post about it. It gets to be easy. This is also a case for repurposing, but intentionally repurposing. So I'll go on my Canva and I'll copy a post I did a couple of months ago, but maybe I change the photo or the hook for the caption. I'll turn a static post into a TikTok. If I don't have any new ideas, that's okay, because I know that my content is meant to be recycled if I want more people to see it and see what I'm all about and to know what I'm about as well. And 99% of the time, nobody even notices that it is some kind of repost or repurposing. But when I say intentionally repurpose, I mean intentionally. Don't download a TikTok with the watermark and post it on Reels with janky captions and shit. Don't just copy and paste your caption on a post without checking to make sure that the content is up to date and fits the place that you're repurposing. Something I do a lot is take an Instagram caption and turn it into Instagram stories. But I don't just slap the whole caption on one story slide and post it and call it a day. I will break it up, I'll make it look nice, etc. You're seeing Oz behind the curtain here, because most people don't even realize what I'm doing or that I'm even doing this, but it's honestly so fucking easy, and why would I feel bad about that? It's my content that I took time to write, and we're working smarter, not harder, in 2024. This is also so obvious, but it needs to be said. I move my body and change my energy when I'm blocked creatively. And this isn't hard to do because I'm never sedentary for a long period of time, right? Like I walk on my walking pad in the morning, and then I'll go to the gym or go to hot yoga, and then I'll have client calls, or I'll do a little work. I'll walk Hugo. I'll be doing some chores around the house in between all of these things. So I'm never just sitting down, willing myself to work. And something that I talk about in my content course, Unfiltered and Filthy Rich, is how there is a masculine side and a feminine side to everything, including creating content. I never sit down and will myself to be creative. Instead, I will take a second out of my day when I get an idea, or if I see something that triggers a thought, I'll throw it in my notes app and I'll just move on. And that's the feminine, dropping in and allowing creativity and receptivity. But then the masculine is the structure in which the post comes to be. So I have a process, I have templates for the actual execution of this content. I sit down with my laptop, I open Google Docs, I open Canva, and then I execute on that idea. So if you're trying to be creative and write posts and don't have ideas to pull from or old content to pull from, you're doing it wrong, and this won't get you unblocked. You need to be out enjoying your life, working out, cooking, listening to a podcast or music or a subliminal or training, and getting into your right brain before the left brain can execute. Hey guys, I'm taking a moment in this episode to remind you about what is coming next week if you didn't already freaking know. I just talked to you about my content course, Unfiltered and Filthy Rich, which came out in October of 2023. This is a content course to help you make money from your online content and to make money being fully fucking you online. And I'm so excited to announce that I'm doing a mini mind called Unfiltered that is going to get your mindset and your content right so you can bring that spicy energy into the rest of 2024 and make the money that you want to make from your content only. This is an 8-week mini mind where you'll receive lifetime access to the content course, as well as live content planning parties, hot seat coaching calls, and actual audits and edits of your content for 8 weeks. And as a bonus, you'll get access to my new sales mini course, 6-Figure Stories. And listen, bitch, if you already have the sales course, you'll get that off the price. If you already have the content course, you'll get that off the price. If you already have both, you'll just pay the mini mind portion. But if you have neither of those courses, the price is $15.97 pay in full or 3 monthly payments of $555. And in addition to the 8 weeks we'll have together, you'll have those 2 courses for life. This mini mind is meant to help you zone in on and perfect your content in just 8 weeks, and I'm going to help you do it so you can make money from your content and from being fully fucking you. We open the doors to enroll into this mini mind next week on February 12th. You can get on the waitlist at the link in my show notes, and I can't wait to see you inside of this exclusive mini mind. Okay, let's get back to the episode. Being blocked creatively can sometimes be more than just you need to get off your computer and get outside. One of those ways is through perfectionism. I have a mastermind client who I really worked on this with. She had no problem creating Instagram story slides and showing up in that way, but she knew she was playing small by not doing Instagram lives and needing to be really poised and perfect whenever she showed up on camera. This is almost always perfectionism at play, with the deeper roots of desiring to be seen in a certain way. Especially when it comes to running a business that supports clients, it's very normal to want to appear perfect and like you have your shit together if you have the belief that people will only hire you if they know that you're perfect and have your shit together. And listen, I hold high standards for myself and my clients. I personally don't think that you need to cry on fucking Instagram stories to be authentic or trauma dump all over your audience. This work is done internally and can be done internally. You need to hold the belief that you are bringing value to your audience no matter how you show up. You need to stand in your power and build up your confidence and let that spill out into your live videos and into your face-to-cam stuff. I was coaching another mastermind client in Voxer who had a block on posting on Instagram because she always thought that the post could be better. And I was like, whether it could be better or not, at the end of the day, it doesn't get to be anything because you didn't fucking post it. You don't give your ideas, your words, your opinions a chance when you don't post it because it's not perfect. Not to be corny as fuck here, but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And the same thing goes for your post. You miss 100% of the potential clients if you don't post the fucking post. I did an Instagram live a couple weeks ago and I was like, damn, the beginning of that was janky as fuck. I was rambling for a hot second and it took me a while to get into the juicy part, but I posted it anyways because who gives a fuck? I know that I'm so valuable as a coach and a mentor and a leader in this space. I know what I say holds value. And just because it wasn't all perfect, I forgive myself and post it anyway. And I don't want to work with anyone who would judge me for that. And you shouldn't want to work with anyone who would judge you for your content either. Apathy or indifference, they are not emotions you want to evoke with your content. You want your content to attract or repel. No fucking in between. Also, as a neurolinguistic programming practitioner and as someone who is very educated in psychology and the brain and the subconscious mind, when you're rambling, making connections dropped into your body and not overthinking what you're saying or worrying about someone judging what you're saying, this kind of communication actually targets the subconscious mind more, like of your clients. Think about hypnosis or rapid resolution therapy. Sometimes the way these modalities are executed, they don't make any sense to the conscious mind, but then you have a huge internal shift and you're like, what the fuck? It's why I listen to Amanda Francis trainings. It's why I have this podcast. I'm interested in consuming content that elevates my energy, my frequency, content that speaks to my subconscious mind. So let yourself be a little scattered on Instagram Live. Give yourself a second to drop into your body before you do it and visualize yourself stepping into your power, because your energy and how you show up is just as important as the words that you're saying. And finally, when in doubt, use fucking content prompts. Honestly, like there are some fucking amazing ones in Unfiltered and Filthy Rich. And sometimes I'm like, wait, how do I write a post? How do I do this again? And if I really don't have any inspiration, I'll just use some content prompts. So I thought today I would be nicey nice and give you some of those content prompts for today. So like I said, these come from my content course, Unfiltered and Filthy Rich. The first one comes from the expert content module in the content course, and it is what I'd focus on to get blank result. So this is where you'd put the result that you help your clients achieve, and then you would detail in the caption what you would focus on to get that result. The second prompt is from the transformational content module in the content course, and it is moves my client made to achieve blank. This is where you detail what you and your client worked together and did together to achieve the result that you help your clients achieve. If you've never had a single client before, you can absolutely use yourself as the example here. And then lastly, this content prompt is from influential content in the content course, and it is why I don't believe blank. So this is where you'll share what you don't believe about your industry, a common practice, a misconception, and the point here is to share your leadership with your audience. And that is all for today, my loves. The Unfiltered Mini Mind opens the doors on February 12th to enroll, and I can't wait to see you inside. Join the waitlist at the link in my show notes to get access to the Mini Mind when the doors open, as well as a one-to-one call with me and the Empowered and Effortless Sales Bundle. Okay? I love you, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Head to the show notes to learn how you can work with me, where you can buy my best-selling book, You're Not Special, and how to get on my email list for free. Screenshot this episode and add it to your Instagram stories, tagging me at Your Coach Jill. See you next time.